Hi, I'm Deborah from Mother Murphy's, and I thought I'd read you another story from my book, The Magical Tearoom on the Hill. And this is a story about our niece biscuits and how our niece biscuits came about. And I thought it's very apt just at the moment because our niece coconut biscuits are in our monthly boxes at the moment, so you can order them, or you can get the book and you can make them yourself. Okay, so my first published recipe. I grew up with traditional biscuits and the family favourite selection of nice coconut creams, bourbons, custard creams, jammy dodgers and digestives. Remember those? These were often seen as cheap biscuits, but I just loved them and still do. Customers in the tea room also love the simple cakes and biscuits they recognise. One biscuit I recreated was the nice coconut cream, but also made it gluten-free and dairy-free, and the customers said they reminded them of their childhood. Result. One day, flicking through one of the gluten-free magazine online sites, I found a little section encouraging you to submit your own recipes. Could I do that? I wondered. Should I do that? Were my biscuits even good enough? So I consulted with my pal, Selena the celiac. Of course you should, was her reply. To make sure my entry was well written and could be followed by others, I sent a copy of my nice coconut cream recipe for her to try out. Well, I'm sure Selena won't mind me telling you, she was the perfect person to try out my recipe because she's a good cook, but she doesn't do much baking. She followed my recipe exactly, but forgot to read the notes telling you how many biscuits it made. Before long, Selena had a massive batch of nice coconut cream biscuits to share out at her craft club in Ayrshire. The verdict from everyone was that they were great, giving me the final confidence to submit my recipe to the Gluten Free Heaven magazine. I couldn't quite believe it when they emailed me and asked me for more photos as they wanted to print the recipe. Each month I bought the magazine, but each month there was no coconut cream recipe. Oh well, I thought, at least they'd considered printing it. Then out of the blue, one day my phone bleeped with a message from Selena telling me to look at the magazine that month. I couldn't find the magazine anywhere. I caught the train over to Kilmarnock to go to the craft meeting with Selena. We popped into W.H. Smith's, and there on the shelf was the October 2017 Gluten Free Heaven magazine with my very own recipe and photo looking back at me. I was beside myself as I went to pay for the magazine and beamed with pride as I thrust the open magazine at the bemused shop assistant, telling him, "That's my recipe, right there." He didn't mind. For a couple of years the recipe stayed the same. Then in 2019, with all the hype about Brexit, I started to worry about whether I'd be able to continue to source guaranteed gluten-free ground almonds, and if so, would I even be able to afford to use them? So I started to tweak some of my recipes, and finally I plucked up the courage to adapt my now famous nice coconut cream recipe. Well, the biscuits went from being scrummy to being even more delicious, with my nice coconut cream biscuits now being gluten-free, dairy-free and nut-free. And they also have a little bit of white chocolate in the filling now as well. So, okay, thank you.